What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here with the week's hottest topics. This is number 26, and this is for the week of December 13th through December the 18th, you guys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into what's trending this week, what is hot. All right, you guys. So it's not a lot that I'm going to talk about this week. Actually, first, let me just vent real quick because I really got to get this out because I don't really, I need to get this out. So you guys remember a few weeks ago, I think it was in my Real Housewives of Potomac review that I informed you guys that I had, is either Real Housewives of Potomac or Salt Lake City, one of the two. But I informed you guys that I have applied to grad school. So I'm still in that process. I finished my application. So the school that I applied to, Clark, Atlanta, um, it's been rather interesting, I would say the least. So my application deadline is February the 1st of next year. I did the application, and it's supposed to be a $40, application fee. But I got to the end of the application and it didn't ask me for any payment. So there's an email where you can email, the admissions office, email them. They immediately responded back to me and told me, yeah, we don't have that, application fee anymore. What we have to do is we have to have our intake team look at it and they'll contact you. Well, that's been about 3 weeks ago. So I reached out to I called the admissions office the other day. No answer, went to voicemail. So then I sent the email to to the same person that I had been emailing. Because one thing is, when I called the admissions office, that was her voicemail, the person that I had been speaking to. So I sent her email. As of today, still no communication. So I'm probably going to have to call back next week because I've done everything on my part that I need to do almost. Only thing I have to do now is go home and have my alma mater that I graduated from mail them a transcript because they won't take a transcript with issued to student on it, which makes no sense. It makes no sense to me because the transcript is still it's still official because the seal is on there. But whatever, got to do that. Got to go home and get that done. I have to get 3 letters of recommendation from previous supervisors. That'll be sort of easy. I already have 1 coming. I just got to work on 2 more. And then I've also emailed. I had to email them a copy of my resume. The resume has been gone, so I'm almost finished with my portion. I just don't know where they are. Oh God, why did I decide to go to grad school? I know why. Because I want to be happy and I want to be fulfilled in my life. So I know why I did it. But yeah, you guys, that's just what's going on with me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about these hot topics. All right, you guys. So the first hot topic is literally a hot topic. So I don't know. I was on Instagram the other day, and I think it's either I follow so many blogs at this point. I follow the Shade Room, the Jasmine brand. Who else do I follow? Baller Alert. I follow so many of them. So one of them posted this photo of Tyrese. He had this long ass caption in it, and he was covered up. He was on the plane, and he took the picture of himself looking a plum fucking fool, by the way. So in the Instagram post, he posted, one of the secrets for staying COVID free is I sleep with the heat on 90 degrees every night. Been sleeping at this temperature for 15 years, so it's nothing new. But rumor has it, if you catch COVID, it doesn't survive in warm temperatures. What the fuck, you dumbass? All that lets me know that you've been listening to who in the White House. He's the only person that I've heard that's been saying that, that's spewing that dumbass rhetoric that it dies in extreme heat. It does not die in extreme heat. Idiot. And then, like, I was on Twitter the other day, and I was having a back and forth with one of who supporters, and they were talking about the survival rate of. 1 minute they said the survival rate is between 95% and 99.9%. Then they said the survival rate for someone who has pre-existing conditions is 99.9%. How is it higher? How is the survival rate higher for someone with a pre-existing condition than it is for a normal person? Actually, they said 99, 99, 95.5, 95.9% to 97%. How the fuck is it higher for someone with a pre-existing condition than someone who doesn't have a pre-existing condition? I would think that the rates would be higher for someone without the pre-existing condition. Wouldn't you think? I swear these people are just the worst. And no shade to anybody who supports who. If you support him, that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not telling you who to support. But logically think about the things that you say before you say them. If you're gonna spew some shit, think about what you're saying before you say it. That's all I gotta say. And stop listening to him. Like his supporters want to tell you to stop getting your news from the mainstream media, but you getting your news from a crackerjack asshole that don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's not a doctor. I'd rather listen to the media where they have doctors on the shows than listen to someone who has no medical expertise, someone who doesn't even listen to the medical advisors that are around him. I mean, look at what they had did. Look at what him and his supporters did to Dr. Fauci. That man that has to walk around with security. Get the fuck out of here. Now back to Tyrese extra special stupid ass. Dude, 90-degree, you said you sleeping in 90-degree temperature. I'm gonna circle back to him sleeping in a 90-degree temperature. The fact that you saying that rumor has it if you catch COVID, it doesn't survive in warm temperatures. Well, my friend, that's bullshit. Have you never been to Texas in the summer? Because we reach 100-degree weather here in Texas. And actually this summer, it was hotter than hell outside. Like, you couldn't even walk out. Like, when I moved into this apartment in July, it was hot as fuck. It was hot. I woke up early in the morning at 7 o'clock before the sun officially came. Actually, I woke up at 6 before the sun came up. And even then, it was still hot as shit outside. So that's bullshit. And our numbers actually our numbers rose throughout the summer. So that's bullshit that it doesn't survive in a warm temperature. Shut up. And then let's talk about them sleeping in 90-degree heat at night. Nigga, you got to be the funkiest motherfucker if you sleeping in that. If you sleeping in that, how in the hell are you sleeping in? You lying like a motherfucker. There is no way that you are sleeping in 90-degree temperature. Like, I can't even. I hate. Like, to be honest with you guys, I prefer never to turn the heat on in my house. I'm just not, I don't like the heat whatsoever. I wish that dog would shut the fuck up barking. The dog is annoying me. It's like every time I come over here to do a video, the dog wants to bark. She needs to train her dog. Just saying. And he's up against the wall. He's against the wall. Yep, he's right by the wall. I hate apartments. This is the last apartment for me. Last apartment. So yeah, I mean, talking about 90-degree heat. Like I said, if you sleeping in 90-degree temperature, and if your house is at 90 degrees every night, your ass got a stink. That room is, ooh, them sheets, that bed is sweaty. Ain't no way in hell. I hope his wife ain't sleeping with him and that kind of shit. That is nasty. I don't know anybody that wants to be, that is uncomfortable. Sleeping at 90. Okay, Tyrese, if you like it, I love it, but I still think you full of shit. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about, one of the biggest stories that came out, I think this happened on Wednesday. Yeah, I think it happened on Wednesday because it was after I did Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review that I saw this shit on my YouTube feed. So you guys know we're still reeling from what happened at part 1 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion with Monique in her binder. Talking about Pastor Holy Whore Jamal Bryant, and as she had in her binder, the last lady, Giselle Bryant. So you guys know she was talking about the fact that excuse me, y'all. She was talking about the fact that Jamal had a girlfriend. He told the girlfriend that him and Giselle's relationship was just for the show. She's talking about he's slinging his big D all over Atlanta. So Jamal decided to do, I think he was on a Zoom or whatever, and this was his point for him to address the rumors that have been put out about him. And in the comment section of one of the videos that because it was a video on, it was someone I guess had just posted the video. So in the comment section, I saw so many people attacking him, asking why did he feel the need to come out and do this. Oh shit, that hurt. Do I have an issue with him doing it? Not really. Not really. I don't have an issue with it. If he felt the need to defend himself, who am I to say cat, boo, dog, whatever? If Jamal wanted to defend himself, that is his right. You have every right to defend yourself if somebody is, and this is, I'm going to put air quotes around this, if somebody is putting out false information about you. So I don't have an issue with him doing that. What I do have an issue with, however, is some of the things that he was saying in this video. One, he never 100% addressed. So he did bring up the text messages, but he never addressed the text messages that Monique was talking about. He was talking about the fact that the lady, he didn't offer the lady a position in the church. She wanted him to, look over, I think, rewrite her dissertation. It was so much stuff that he was talking about, but never once did he talk about the fact that, Monique said that, him and the woman were in a relationship with each other. He did say that he was, dating, he was dating her, but things didn't work out. She wanted to come from it, New York to Atlanta. Oh, see, I remember. Okay, now I'm really starting to remember. I said, in my review, I said that I had saw, my cousin had sent me a text message of a video with the woman. Yes, that woman was from New York. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video, and we'll talk about it again on Sunday because I'm gonna watch it. But that video was a whole fucking hour long. God, that was a long ass video. But I'm gonna go back and rewatch it because the woman does live in New York. But I thought that woman said that she had been to Atlanta to visit him. I'm gonna have to look at it again. God, that's an hour. All right, but yeah, he talked about that. He just never mentioned what Monique was saying, that the relationship with Giselle wasn't real, that it was just for the show. And then Jamal goes on to try to blame, Real Housewives for the portrayal of him on the show, that, talking about his kids. They're just teenagers and they're going through teenage angst. I don't necessarily know if I would agree with that it's teenage angst, because I had teenage angst, and I got mad at my mom quite a few times, but I never treated my mom like your daughters do you. And then he was talking about the fact that they portrayed him, and they didn't portray him well on the show, because he was talking about the fact with that photo shoot that he was in South Africa and he he went to Atlanta. Bravo didn't portray you wrong, because Bravo actually, in their interview with Giselle explained what happened with you. So Bravo didn't portray you in any type of way. If you feel some type of way, that's on you, Jamal. So then he also did, talk about he won't be involved with Real Housewives of Potomac anymore. He's talking negatively about reality TV. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you've been a hypocrite, Jamal, because just last week or the week before, you were around the cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Sierra and BK. So, whatever. So then he also, okay, I've talked about that. So he mentioned, so he then talked about Chris and Monique. I did not agree with him diagnosing Chris with CTE. Didn't agree with that. And then also CTE can't be, diagnosed until after a person's dead. So how do you know that? Then he was talking about, he was alluding to Chris being abusive. I don't agree with that. You can't, don't, see here's my issue with Jamal. If you want to come on and clear your name, that's one thing. But don't attack another person's character in the process. I get what Monique did to you, you didn't agree with, but don't come back and then, she slung mud at you. She slung mud at Giselle, but it hit you as well. So don't come back and sling mud at her and hit Chris. I don't agree with that. Because he was talking about the fact that, like I said, Chris was abusive. He said that Chris had got into it with a woman in a store. And I know people have been saying that that lady was Sharice. And also, what else? Yeah, he was just talking about Chris's abuse. He also talked about it at the reunion that he said Chris came at Robin and Giselle. I did read in one of the synopses that Chris Samuels and Chris, I think that's in part 3 of the reunion, that Chris Samuels and Chris Bassett, they do get into it with each other at the reunion. But we'll see that we'll see that play out in part 3. But yeah, it was a mess. It was a hot mess. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let's move on. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the Verzuz battle. Now, you guys remember there was supposed to be a Verzuz last Saturday, and what was I doing? Oh, I was watching Nikki Star TV. She was doing a live. I think what live was she doing? Because I was actually out getting some food so I can come back home. I was watching her. I was like, okay. I was watching her. I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit of Uber Eats, and then I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna watch the Verzuz battle. So I was looking at Nikki Star TV, and then even my phone. I was looking at my Instagram as well because I was trying to remember what time did the Verzuz start. So then I started seeing people talking about the Verzuz was canceled. I'm like, wow, whoa. Why is it canceled? Keisha Cole and Ashanti, by the way, you guys. I'm like, why was it canceled? So then Ashanti went live and she revealed to us that she had COVID. She had tested positive for COVID. And immediately people want to say that's because she was traveling all over the world. And she cleared that up She cleared that up immediately. She said, no, it's not because I was traveling. She said, actually, what happened is one of her cousins or one of her family members tested positive for COVID, and she had been in close proximity with this family member that tested positive. So when the family member told her that they tested positive, she went and got tested, and then she tested positive. Now, Ashanti still wanted to do the Verzuz. I don't know why she wanted to do the Verzuz, because when you could listen to her and tell she wasn't at 100%. And then when she started coughing, I'm like, yeah, Ashanti. Boo. It ain't the move. We get it. You want to do it, but we want you to get better and get healthy. So that's what we want. And then she said that Keisha said, nah, let's just wait and let you get better, which I agree with. So they have now rescheduled the Verzuz for January 9th. When is January 9th? So January 9th is going to be a Saturday. So yeah. Now I think there is a Verzuz battle for this weekend. It's E40 and Too Short. I know more of E40 music than I think I know more of E40 music than I do Too Short. I think with Too Short, the only song that I know is Blow the Whistle. Blow the Whistle. Like, that's literally the only song that I can think of from Too Short. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, let me know what you got. Are you guys excited about, E40 Too Short? Let me know what you guys think about, the postponement of Keisha Cole and Ashanti, and we'll move forward. All right, you guys, and then the next thing that I want to do is, extend some congratulations to some people. So congratulations are in order. had this been out, or if not, we'll congratulate her. Cassie. Cassie is expecting her second child. Christina Milian is also expecting another baby, and just before she announced her her pregnancy, she and her, I guess he was her fiance at the time, they got married. Also, congratulations go out to Amira Van, who played Tegan Price on How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my God, I miss How to Get Away with Murder. That is my show. That was my show. I miss How to Get Away with Murder. Speaking of How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis, she and Chadwick Boseman, they have a movie that just released on Netflix today. The movie is called Ma Rainey. So you guys go over there, check it out. I just actually recently, before I came on camera, she was on The View talking to the ladies about, the movie Chadwick, and they showed a scene of the movie. Viola is that girl. But yeah, Amira Van from How to Get Away with Murder, Underground, she is expecting a child with her husband. And then the last congratulations go out to Keisha Knight Pulliam. She is engaged to actor Brad James. He played on For Better or Worse. Is that the name of that show? I'm not familiar with the show. I never watched it. But yeah, congratulations to those three women. Congratulations are up to them. Yeah, that's it. And then we're gonna wrap it up, you guys. All right, you guys, and then let's wrap up this show. So, I don't even really need my notes for this one. So the other morning, I was watching The View. So yeah, I watched The View throughout in the morning. I watched The View. Now the crazy thing is, I have to watch it on my phone because, unfortunately, AT&T and the parent company that is behind ABC, they're in a dispute with one another right now. So the parent company took ABC off of our lineup, so we don't have it. It just has a big blue screen saying that AT&T says that we talked to them and asked them to keep the channel on, but they took it down. It's been about 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks since haven't had ABC, which is really weird because I watch ABC. I didn't realize how much I watch ABC all day. But yeah, they were talking about Tom Cruise. So you guys know he is filming Mission Impossible 7. Mission Impossible is up there with the Fast and the Furious franchise for me. At what point are we gonna stop making them? I think the next Fast and the Furious that comes out is the last one. Thank God. I really think they should have stopped making the Fast and the Furious when Paul Walker died, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, so Tom Cruise, they're filming Mission Impossible. So they had these, safety protocols with COVID, and there were some crew people who weren't adhering to the protocol. I bet you they wish they had, adhered to those protocols now, because Tom Cruise went. I mean, when I say he went off on them, Tom Cruise went the fuck off on those people. Now, normally I'm not here for, actually I'm not here for a period. Like, I'm a grown ass person, you a grown ass person. Like, you ain't gotta cuss at me to get your point across. And I say that even when it comes to working, when I'm on the phone with people, I'll tell them, in order to get your point across, you don't have to cuss at me. Like, I get you might be upset, I get you might be frustrated, but you ain't gotta cuss at me. I really hope you guys can hear me because I live by an airport and I think that a plane is getting ready to take off, so I hope you guys can hear me. It just flew over. So yeah, like I always say, you don't have to curse to get your point across, but I got his frustration, I got his anger, I got everything. He'll be fine. Tom Cruise will be fine without, if they have to shut down production because someone got COVID, Tom will be fine. What Tom was worried about is those people who need that job to fend for, take care of themselves and their families. I got that. So I definitely understood why he was angry, why he was frustrated, and why he was upset. But could he have been a little bit nicer in his delivery? I mean, you can still have the same delivery. Like, you can show your frustration, you can show your anger, But when you keep dropping F-bombs and shit at me, like, it ain't for me. Like, I don't deal with that. Like, I just don't understand people who call people, call police places. They be upset, and they be y'all can fuck this, fuck that, da da, fuck this, fuck that. That's bullshit. Kiss my ass. Go to hell. All that kind of stuff. I don't understand when you call a place, when you're talking to people. Why do you have to use that language? Like my grandmother and my mom always told me, be nice to people, especially if they are in a position that they can, like when people call about their cable, their water bills, their electricity, your food. If people have, the power to either turn off your lights, turn off your water, prepare your fucking food, don't have an attitude with no. It's okay. I mean, you can have a little bit of an attitude. I don't mind. I don't mind being upset about something. But when you start cussing at me and stuff like that, that's when I'm like, oh, it's fuck. It's you want to say fuck. Go off on me, but you realize I have more power over this situation than you do. So I always think when you call people, be nice to them. You might be having a bad day, but that person that you're talking to, especially over the phone or anywhere, that person that you're dealing with, they might not have been the cause of why your day is bad, but don't go off on them for no fucking reason. But yeah, you guys, that is gonna be it for the week's hottest topics. Let me know what you guys think about all the topics that we've discussed today. Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. You guys hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware when I drop anything else. And also share this video. And until the next one, you guys, we do this every week. Same time, same place. You guys, I'm going to get back to posting at 10 a.m. in the morning. I just be lazy on Fridays now. But yeah, you guys, you guys do me a favor. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Socially distance. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.